Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
An investigation has been opened into a skull that was found at a home here in Trenton. Here are the grisly details coming up.
A warning from the governor amid an uptick in coronavirus cases.
We're going to continue to monitor the numbers. If they keep moving up, we're going to dial back if we have to.
But we begin with a heat wave parked over Metro Detroit, an air quality alert now in place, and we're still going to have to wait to see any relief from that. It's the 6th straight day with 90-degree weather, and today just feels a little worse.
It does. Ben, the humidity has now settled in, and it's just not letting up out there anytime soon.
No, you notice the difference, Kim and Jason, and it's going to get hotter as we get into tomorrow and Thursday, and we're just sort of stepping up that heat wave as we get to day 7 and 8 here on Wednesday and Thursday. Take a look at the temperatures that are happening right now. 94 at Metro Airport. You can see where the rain has cooled things down there in the north zone, but where that hasn't, heat index readings 96 at Metro, 97 right now at City Airport, and we expect those to hit triple digits tomorrow. Here's Storm Tracker 4. Nothing severe, but we are seeing thunderstorms mainly across the north zone, and you can see some of those outflow boundaries starting to move a little bit further south, could spawn some other storms. Otherwise, an excessive heat watch takes effect tomorrow as those heat index readings climb to triple digits 2 days in a row, and then we can finally see some relief for the weekend. We'll look at all of that coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben. Well, the number of new coronavirus cases is on the rise once again. Today, the state reports 454 new cases of COVID-19. That's up significantly from yesterday. The number of new deaths sits at 30, but 20 of those came from a review of past vital records.
Now take a look at this graph that's on clickondetroit.com. I know it looks a little confusing, but focus on the red bars at the bottom there. Those are the number of tests that come back positive, and that still remains low. It has ticked up slightly, though, at a rate of about 3% of all tests. You can find a link to all of this data right on the homepage, clickondetroit.com. With those positive cases going up a little bit, Governor Whitmer says if the trend holds, she's not afraid to shut things back down.
Let's bring in Rod Maloney with what she's saying about the data and where it could be headed, Rod.
Well, you know, a lot of us thought by now that this part of the state would be in phase 5. The governor talked about that a couple of weeks ago, but here we are on the 7th. We're not there, and the governor's now saying it's distinctly possible that we'll stay right where we are for the time being.
I'm not going to be bullied into moving before it's safe, and if we have to move back, we're going to.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer defiant while speaking with CNN this morning. She says she's seeing disturbing trends across the state.
And we've done an incredible amount of work, and I would hate to think that the sacrifice that we've made could be made in vain because some people are losing interest or are dropping their guard. We've got to double down right now more than ever.
She told the nation recently opened hair salons could get shuttered again, said it's looking more and more like movie theaters and gyms won't be opening anytime soon either.
So not having bars that are serving indoors, that's one thing. But, you know, we're going to continue to monitor the numbers. If they keep moving up, we're going to dial back if we have to. And it's the last thing any of us wants.
The governor says she'd like to see a nationwide mask requirement and continues her criticism of the president's COVID approach. She also says she's using epidemiology as her guide in keeping the state where it is in terms of reopening.
We're seeing things like this play out across the country. We've got to all do our part to make sure that that doesn't happen. The numbers that we're seeing in the South in particular are really concerning. We have not seen that kind of an uptick yet, but that's precisely what we want to avoid.
Now, the governor had a news conference this afternoon, didn't take any questions on COVID, and we wanted to do an interview with her, but she said no to that. So her office put out the following statement. Governor Whitmer will continue to monitor the data. If we see a second wave of COVID-19 coming, we may have to move backward in the Michigan Safe Start plan, which is the last thing any of us want to do. We must remain flexible and nimble and plan for various scenarios. COVID-19 is still very present in Michigan, and this is not a time for Michiganders to let their guards down. We must continue to do everything in our power to flatten the curve and prevent more spread. Reporting live downtown, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod. Activist group By Any Means Necessary protested a return to in-person learning as Detroit Public Schools are scheduled to start summer school next week.
Several Detroit Public School teachers who are also members of BAM organized a car protest to bring attention to their belief that given the current state of COVID-19, it is not safe in any way to return children or teachers to the classroom.
There is no safe way to reopen the school buildings right now. So the district planning to reopen classrooms for face-to-face, in-person summer school is just completely unacceptable. It puts our communities at risk, and parents need to know about that risk and withdraw their students from the summer school programs.
Organizers of this protest have several more car protests planned. Michigan's Attorney General announces a lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Education over CARES Act money for schools.
AG Dana Nessel says Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos has issued a rule letting districts choose how to give out CARES Act funds. The AG says that goes against what's written in the act. Nessel says private schools stand to gain and public schools could lose millions.
Michigan kids simply cannot afford for Betsy DeVos to play politics with their education, and that's why I am committed to using all of the resources at my disposal to fight for and on behalf of our students, teachers, and schools.
The Trump administration making headlines today after giving formal notice the U.S. is now pulling out of the World Health Organization.
This comes as the president is pushing for schools to be open in the fall despite the growing cases of COVID-19. Susan McGinnis is in Washington tonight with the latest.
Well, Jason and Kimberly, in what must be an agonizing time for parents and students with the school year fast approaching, schools are laying out their plans for the fall, and in many cases, it means bringing students back.
As the U.S. races toward a startling 3 million coronavirus cases, the nation's schools are rolling out plans for the fall, learning tough lessons on keeping students educated but safe.
This is a really crucial time for their social and emotional development.
With outbreaks linked to large gatherings, schools at all levels are wrestling with whether to keep students at home. Princeton, Georgetown, and Harvard universities announcing half or less of students will be allowed back on campus, trying to avoid what's happening right now at the University of Washington, where more than 120 students connected to a fraternity house have tested positive. And as cases soar in Florida, the Education Commissioner ordering in-person learning for all school districts. In Texas, San Antonio schools adding days to the calendar, just like other systems add snow days.
If we have outbreaks at schools where we can shut down a school for a number of days and still make up that time.
President Trump continuing to downplay the risk and insisting schools must open.
We're very much going to put pressure on governors and everybody else to open the schools, to get them open.
The administration warning international students, if your school doesn't hold in-person classes, you'll have to leave the country. That on the same day, Dr. Anthony Fauci warns we're still living through the first wave of coronavirus.
We are still knee-deep in the first wave of this.
While different schools will offer different plans, all students can expect school to look a lot different this year as educators learn how to deal with the pandemic.
The American Academy of Pediatrics has advocated bringing students back to school, but with significant safety measures in place. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, Local 4.
After months of denying the seriousness of coronavirus, Brazil's president has tested positive for it. Jair Bolsonaro said today he has tested positive for COVID-19. The presidential palace announced Bolsonaro was feeling ill Sunday and was running a fever of about 100 degrees Monday. He has repeatedly played down the impact of the virus, even as Brazil has suffered one of the world's worst outbreaks. Brazil has more than 1.6 million coronavirus cases.
Now to brand new information we're learning tonight after a human skull is found in a backyard fire pit in Trenton.
Yeah, we want to bring in Victor Williams now, who's live in Trenton with what he's learned about that home's previous owner. Victor.
Yeah, Jason and Kimberly, neighbors are telling me that they never saw any red flags whatsoever about the person that used to live here. But literally just hours ago, officers brought the last of evidence out to a mobile forensics lab, and they're hoping that whatever they find can shed some light on this twisted, bizarre mystery and find out whose skull that was to begin with.
It's very strange. It's just not like this neighborhood at all.
It's still hard for Tom and Mona Whitaker to wrap their heads around the constantly unfolding story of their former neighbor, Mark Eberly, and the skull found in a fire pit on the property he once owned.
He was typically friendly, you know, he'd wave, we talked to him some. just couldn't imagine it.
The now deceased 57-year-old moved out of the property on Wilson Street just a few months ago, but lost his life after reportedly opening fire on an officer in Tennessee about a week ago.
We knew he had some problems and some troubles, and but this was just out of the blue. It's just, what?
Mona says prior to Aberly moving out, she would not have expected any of this to have happened.
He wasn't scary or anything. We thought maybe sometimes he seemed a little strange and he did things maybe a little quirky.
But now she's slowly starting to connect the dots.
This makes more sense after you hear this other, what happened a week ago. It's almost like you can tell it's kind of tied in together. But before that, it was like, you couldn't believe it.
For the time being, investigators will now be working to solve the mystery of who the victim is here.
It's very sad, very, very sad.
Now, we're told that police have been trying to locate Eberly's girlfriend since the skull had been found, and so far they have not had any type of luck whatsoever. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Yeah. Okay, Victor, we have much more ahead here at 5. Let's check in with Hank.
Unemployment offices across the state, including the one right here in News Center, they remain closed. Tonight, we're learning why and also when they may reopen. Help me, Hank, tonight.
And there's more to this story. New tonight, what FCA is saying about a stabbing in a parking lot at the Sterling Heights assembly plant. And here's defender Sean Lay.
The defenders breaking down tonight incredibly disturbing video from inside a Michigan facility that's supposed to help troubled teens. Here, though, a pylon and a teen's death.